Hey guys, Joel
And Trent.
here. We just released a new movie called The Diarrhea Brothers Save the Day. Super excited to get this one out there. It's the first movie of the year that is just a flat out comedy, something I've been wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah.
And our friends Alex Martins and Mason Carter made it with us. Alex lives in Canada, Mason lives in Kentucky, so they can't be here for this little release video.
Sad.
Sad day.
Sad.
But it was a lot of fun to make.
Yeah.
I think if we were to trace the impetus for this project, it would be Good Long P.
Yeah.
Me, Trent, and Alex ran a page called Good Long P, which concluded with a very, very stupid movie last year called Good Long P, the movie. Woo. And we just let ourselves go to our stupidest ideas, but committed really hard and put in way too much effort into them. And I think the logical next step was to do a live action movie since that one was animated. So we got Alex out here, brought Mason back because I love Mason. I used to make so many videos with him and I hadn't in so long. But we just committed to making a comedy. I think one of the great crimes some comedies commit is they want to have a beating heart too. And it's great when it works, but when it doesn't work, you're just like, get to the jokes already. Yeah. And some of my favorite comedies don't even try that, like The Naked Gun, Top Secret, all those spoofs are some of the funniest movies ever. And they never once try to do anything other than tell you jokes.
Yeah.
So I think
Freddy got fingered too.
Freddie Got Fingered was a big inspiration.
Someone compared this one to that.
I think this is perhaps less cynical than Freddie Got Fingered. Freddie Got Fingered is a very cynical movie. I think this is stupid, but not overtly cynical. Maybe cynical in ways. Cynical of corporate America, maybe, or cynical. I don't know. Yeah. But
True.
Yeah, we had fun. This started as a sketch idea, which might be obvious. We pitched to Alex. Alex was visiting one time, and he's like, I'm going to miss making stuff. Give me a video idea to make when I go home. And
we're like diarrhea salesman, like, door-to-door diarrhea salesman or something.
And we're like, do a diarrhea salesman video. And he's like, that's a horrible idea. and he never made it. And eventually when we agreed to make this movie, we're like, this is the time to do the diarrhea salesman movie. And and we did it. I think a key factor of this project is you just don't take a moment to think yourself out of it. You're like, this isn't a joke worth committing to. That's not a thought we allowed in, so then we would actually do it. And I think a key component of this movie that to me makes it work so well is that we did commit to doing it well. Like, the production value is crazy. We have so many sets. Seth Word gets a huge shout out. He made a mascot costume in the movie. He made the costumes we wear the whole movie. He's a very talented guy. He also plays a main character in the movie. So there's a lot going on in this movie. Yeah. And I think just committing really sold it. You know, it's like, I keep saying that making a diarrhea movie, you're starting at a net negative. You know, if somebody launches a diarrhea movie, they're like, oh God, this has to win me over. Yeah. And I think through commitment to the bit, we win people over.
Yeah.
A couple nights ago, we screened it at a theater, which was a lot of fun. Rented out a theater, had a free screening, filled the house, and it was just start to finish laughter. And I think when you make a comedy, you get numb to it a bit. Yeah. Like I was watching it over and over again in editing, and like I was like, what's working? I can't tell. And then watching it with a crowd, it was just start to finish laughter. Yeah. That was really special to see.
That was really cool.
Yeah. And I think for me, my features are usually where I allow myself. Maybe that was a Freudian slip or something. The multiplicities of myself. Yeah. But my features are usually where I allow myself to get a little more emotional and heartfelt and explore deeper parts of myself. And the reward there is usually like people connecting and emotionally resonating and you know, it's like a shout into the void and people shouting back is kind of the beautiful part of more emotional art. And I think simply put, like making a comedy like this, you're not doing that. Maybe you are giving people some reprieve from their daily life, giving them something to laugh at, but it really is just giving people something to laugh at and sharing in that laughter. And it feels very simple and and sweet to put out a full-blown comedy.
Yeah.
And I like that. And it plays well with a crowd. I'd say you can watch it alone and have fun, but watch it with friends if you want. Watch it, have a movie night and watch it. I think there's a lot in this that just makes it a fun ride. So, and
a lot of jokes you might catch right away. A lot of them you might like take a second to get. To, I don't know.
Yeah, and we had fun. Fully improvised as always, just making it up day to day, figuring out what we have filmed and connecting the dots and trying to make a cohesive story, but not committing that hard to it. I think in my other movies, I'm a little more worried about it being cohesive, but there's some humor in this movie not being cohesive at times. But
I think it's cohesive.
It's cohesive, save for some stuff.
Yeah.
But and what else? Alex, I love Alex. He's so funny. Mason is the straight man. I think some days he was bummed out that he couldn't be stupid with the rest of us, but I think he grounds the movie really well.
Yeah.
It's very important for how dumb we are to have a normal guy. And that's such an art. I think Naked Gun does it well. Sometimes those spoofs definitely fail, but you don't want the reaction shots too much. You don't want like the straight man going like, what's going on? Like whenever a weird thing happens. I think Mason plays it really well where he's just like, okay, you know, like when
they're just gonna do their stupid thing. I'm here. I work for them. I have to be here.
I think there's a way to do the straight man in like a full-blown stupid slapstick comedy that isn't just like doubling up on the joke and ruining it. You know, I think a reaction shot can kill a joke sometimes. So we use them sparingly. I think some scenes they were needed, but and
makeover scene.
Makeover.
That was so funny to me. What the hell, Leonard? Give me my glasses.
Makeover. And I hope if you've watched it, you've enjoyed it. And I'm exhausted. It's been a long process. I got shut out Drudel and Trent Zalkowitz, me and Trent Zalkowitz, my good friend, other Trent.
Yeah, not me, different Trent.
Different Trent. We worked for the last 2 weeks straight. I was doing sound design. He was doing the score. And he did an amazing job with the score. And Drudel also did a big number of tracks in the movie. So it's sort of like a doubled up score. There's multiple composers. Some Kevin, my friend Cam, and Mikey, they all contributed music to it too. It was sort of a mad dash to get this one made. And I'll say this much, I don't want to talk too much about the other movies, but this is by far the biggest thing I had left on my plate. So I do have an insane mad dash to the finish line on this project, but this was the last thing this felt like the final boss. I have a couple mini bosses left, but but this was the final boss. I mean, we shot this in October, and we just got so carried away. I think there was like 16 days of filming. This is probably the second biggest of the year. Like nothing will top the stop motion, but like this is probably the second biggest of the year, just in scope and scale.
It felt like a lot.
Yeah,
it was pretty much the first 2 weeks of October. Like every day we were filming.
Once we got the ball rolling, it was nonstop, and then Trent and I had a few things we picked up later in the month. But I hope you enjoy it. It's just full to the brim with stupidity and joy and making each other laugh, which is some of the key pillars of improv and comedy. I feel like if you're laughing, hopefully other people will laugh too. So great job. We made a movie.
You too. Great job.
I feel like I got Trent's. I don't know. I feel like it's lame to. It's cooler for people to just notice this themselves. But Trent's been in every movie so far in some capacity. 2 of them, he was just a voice for a brief cameo. But I feel like this is the first one you've actually been such a huge part of, which is weird. I mean, the Caleb movie at the start of the year was probably your biggest role until this. I think otherwise it's been, and the text, I guess you were a main character. But
thanks for giving me a time to shine.
Yeah, this was a big.
One, yeah.
I think you, me, and Alex have such a brand of comedy. I was saying to you after the screening, it's funny because there's some things we're dying at. Like the whole movie's getting laughs, but every now and then there's a joke that you and me can't help but laugh at, and it just didn't get a laugh as much. Like I'm like, that's just you, me, and Alex's such specific brand we've crafted in our little bubble of idiocy. But
of idiots.
But I don't know what else to say. It's good to get a movie out, and I think this one will be beloved. This one's timeless. This one can be watched forever. I could see us returning to this in 10, 20 years and just laughing still. So that the sheer fact that we committed to this.
But I hope you all enjoy it. It was a lot of fun to make, and hopefully it's a lot of fun to watch. I think it is.
Yeah. I love you guys.
I do too.
I love movies.
I do too.
And Trent and I invented I love movies together.
I love movies.
No one said it before we said it.
No.
We were watching Kangaroo Jack over COVID during quarantine, and we were sending Snapchats of like really stupid parts in the movie, and just with the caption "I love movies." So I've said it ever since.
Can you insert the picture?
If you send it to me.
I'll send it to you, There's a scene where they're riding camels and the camels are farting, and it just
I love movies.
I love movies.
Well, there's subtitles and camel farting. All right.
Okay. Anyway.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.